What's good, everybody? It's your brother New Breed coming through with another video. People can feel that there's a change in you. They can sense it. They subconsciously know that you're going through a spiritual metamorphosis. And it can be difficult dealing with a lot of people while going through this shift. More often than not, a lot of people won't embrace the change. And it's because a lot of the times they like the old version of yourself. And they like that version not because it was a healthy version of yourself, not because you were your most productive, not because you were at peace, but they tend to like that version, that old version, because you were easy to manipulate and control. And also, a lot of people don't find the need to change when those around them are staying the same. So your change tends to point out their errors and their flaws. And you may not be trying to do that. You're just doing the inner work to make sure that you are in a good position. And a lot of you all have been through a lot over the last few years. A lot of the Most High's people have endured great trial, and it has made you more spiritually guarded. A lot of you all are not given access to people as much as you used to. You're very careful. A lot of you all no longer find the need to explain yourself. And you brothers and sisters are beginning to refuse to be around fake energy. It just does something to your spirit when you know people are putting on the front and acting. And people can sense that change. And a lot of them get caught like a deer in the headlights because you're not supposed to see that they're not moving right. You're not supposed to see how janky and shady a lot of people are, but you can see it because why? You worked on yourself. You got to know who you are. You are now building this relationship with the Most High, and it's in the spirit of authenticity. So anything outside of that will stand out like a sore thumb. And people can feel this change. And more often than not, they will try to hinder that growth that you're having. They will try to distract you. They will plant seeds of doubt and discourage you. See, brothers and sisters, when you overcoming, you would think that people would be rooting for you and cheering for you. When in actuality, they want you to be a slave to your vices. They want you to continue to fall short because a lot of people have a superiority complex. And believe it or not, people look at your failures as their success. They look at it as if when you're doing bad, somehow that makes their lives better. You'd be surprised how many people are just running around miserable looking for company. Even people who seem to have it all together are missing something spiritually. So even though on the exterior things seem to be well put together, in reality, a lot of people are full of dead men's bones. A lot of people are covetous, jealous, envious, resentful. And when they see someone that's trying to live a purpose-driven life outside of societal norms, they can see it. They can feel it. How many of y'all can relate to that? How many of you all have started to put away your old ways and people close to you didn't support you? In fact, they did the complete opposite. You may have been working on yourself, disciplining yourself, and you have been doing the right thing, and you were looking for some type of, I don't know, support, reinforcement. But instead, they basically disparage your efforts, pointed out your shortcomings and your flaws, opposed to your successes. That's because they know that you're changing. And that brings them anxiety. That brings them fear. And when you have people around you like that, understand that those people are being used by the devil. They're being used by the devil. See, the devil will tell you you're not good enough. The devil will tell you, well, you still have shortcomings in this area. They will never celebrate your wins, only count your losses. That's the devil. That's a way of keeping you mentally in bondage. And a lot of narcissistic people like to practice that. They like to speak curses on your life. And you got to remove yourself from those individuals, and you will begin to improve yourself once they are out of the picture. And it doesn't matter who it is. It could be your mother, father, sister, brother, intimate relationship, any family member, any friend, associate, colleague, whomever. If they're not giving you support and you find yourself discouraged when you're trying to do the right thing, dealing with certain people, remove them. See, this new version of yourself is different. This new version of yourself is built completely different. You're no longer easy to shame. You're no longer easy to manipulate. And you can no longer be used by guilt. Because none of us are perfect. But you'll have some people that will use your past against you, use your failures against you. And more often than not, you brothers and sisters in the truth are very empathetic. So you do a lot of self-evaluation. You look at what you could have done right, what you done wrong, how you can maneuver with people. And some people take advantage of that because they know that you got a good heart. Don't get it twisted. They know that you got a good heart. But they will take advantage of the fact that you feel guilt. And they will use that against you. Children do that to their parents. They may have grown up and you made some mistakes while raising them. And some of you all apologized. You put your best foot forward, but still they will gaslight you and use your past mistakes against you just to bail them out whenever they need you. So you got to look out for that. That's just one example. This happens all the time with people. When they can see your change and take advantage of it. A lot of you brothers and sisters have been through so much over the years because the Most High has been preparing us. He's been removing people from our lives. He has been really rebuilding us. And we're entering a new season. God's people are on assignment. And as the seasons change, there can be great pain involved when there's a lot of adjustments you have to make. See, life is just a series of events that are supposed to be learning experiences. And the good thing about it is you get time to grow. You get time to face yourself. You get time to be convicted for the things you've done wrong, which is a good sign of change. And these changes that you're going through, brothers and sisters, may not be something that happens overnight, but nonetheless, you're changing. And if it's people around you who do not want to embrace that, that is the adversary. In hopes that you would just turn around and self-destruct. Believe it or not, when you start getting out of certain environments, getting away from certain people, doing certain things, the mass majority will absolutely start preying on you. The Bible even says, when a man turns from sin, he maketh a prey out of himself. That's right. That means you become a target. Why? Because you was around sinners that don't want you to stop sinning. There were demons attached to those individuals. And a demon's goal is to destroy anything in his path. See, when you start showing that glimmer of hope and start speaking positive on your life, all you got to do is look at certain people. Look at the body language. Look at the look that they have in their eyes. The slight grin of resentment. Their posture change. And it's because secretly they got a lot of animosity, a lot of resentment towards you. Some of these individuals look at you as competition secretly. And I want you to know, brothers and sisters, you haven't done anything wrong by choosing yourself and choosing to do what's best for you and your situation. Don't let these people out here shame you or guilt trip you or hold you to a version of who you used to be. Just because they refuse to accept who you're becoming doesn't mean that you have to give up on yourself. And I want y'all to understand, I don't know who this message is for, but it's for somebody. I want y'all to understand that there's a difference between guilt and shame and change. There's a huge difference between change and conviction and guilt and shame. Let me say that again. There's a huge difference between guilt and shame and change and conviction. It's a difference. When you changing, it's forward progress. And anybody that gets in the way of that, they must be removed. If they refuse to accept who you're becoming, if they refuse to speak positive on your life and speak life into existence, if all they do is curse you, if all they do is blow hot air and tell you what you can't do and what's impossible and this ain't gonna happen or that ain't gonna happen, if all you get hit with is negativity, you got to separate. And some of you all are dealing with that type of spirit coming from your close family, your brother, your sister, husband, wife. And it's just something that you have to really move on from. You know, talk to me down in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen, if this video is helpful to your walk and your journey. Also support me at newbreedglobaltruth.com as well as hebrewcare.com. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thank each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a blessed afternoon. With that being said, shalom and peace.